Alrighty folks, it's your boy Seppo here, coming at you guys with another vlog, and today we're gonna get to talk about my recent tournaments. And we went to Beaver, Portland Open. We played at the Blue Lake Disc Golf Course, and totally different course. It's more of a lot of OB, long holes, a lot of big hyzers. I did really good there. I started off good. I started off solid. My putting was almost 100% throughout the whole event. My driving was good. Everything was feeling good. Going into the last round, I was in the chase card with Eagle and Drew, and we were like battling the whole time. We were all really like side by side the whole time, and it came down to the last hole where I was 2 behind Eagle and 1 behind Drew, and Eagle was the leader. Eagle takes par on the last hole, me and Drew take birdies, and I got 3rd place. Eagle and Drew got into the sudden death for a win, and Drew ended up winning. Congrats to Drew, but I couldn't almost believe it. It just happened all of the sudden, and I realized that, wow, like I could have just like that won this tournament if I just had done 1 stroke better. And I couldn't really believe it. It was my 2nd time finishing in top 3 on this caliber of an event, and it gave me hope. I mean, I've always had hope. It's not like I had lost hope at any point, but it gave me good amount of confidence, and it got me to believe in myself even more. We had an off week. We did a lot of videos in Portland. We hanged out. We went to a concert. We went to a couple different courses, Buxton Woods, where I made my vlog from. We went to Pier Park, really awesome place. Portland overall has amazing disc golf. So if you haven't been to Portland and you're going, go check out their disc golf, and also beautiful city and a lot of things to do. Beaver State Fling was coming up though, and I got 10th last year. I was only 2 strokes off of 3rd place last year. I remember that, so I was last year even pretty close to getting, very high finish. And I was stoked. I love Milo, both courses, East and West. And again, I was just, coming off of good weekend in Portland Open. I kind of just told myself to keep doing what I was doing, do my own thing. Matty O got to caddy for me, so I was really stoked about starting the event and just hopeful and wanted to do a shot at a time, and just I had this different level of believing in myself, and I never got frustrated. I never got mad. Even if I made a mistake, I just knew that I'm gonna keep going and fight for the par and take my par. I took 1 bogey during the first round. It was my 3rd hole actually of the tournament. I took a bogey, and then my next bogey I took on 3rd round. The first hole I took a double bogey. So after first round, I got on the 2nd card. You can go check it out on Jomez. It's on Jomez. I played with Eagle, Kevin, and Andrew Fish. I was, still playing my own game. I made some amazing shots and amazing putts that I'm not normally used to being the person to do, but I just had good momentum. I was feeling good. And one thing that I was doing in all of these events actually, where my putting has been better recently than it's been in the beginning of the season for sure. And a big part of that was sticking to my pre-shot routine. That was a big thing, because when you have a pre-shot routine, it gets your mind off of everything that doesn't matter. It gets your mind into the thing that you're doing, and that was crucial for me. I was putting really good. I was almost 100% throughout the event, and I also made a lot of outside the circle putts. And it's something that, I've been working on a little bit, and I've been thinking like, I'm so close so often outside the circle that why wouldn't I make a little bit more of those? And I did this time. I was doing a lot of spin pots, I was doing push steppers, I was doing all kinds of pots, and I was making them. And so I played really hot that second round with Eagle. We played 11 down and ended up being the tight lead at minus 20 after that round. Third round, we played in the lead card and we went to West, Milo West, and that's also on Central Coast. Go check it out. And I started off awful. I started off with a double bogey, and Eagle started off with a birdie, so he was leading by 3 after the first hole. And yeah, people probably were like, "Oh, that was it. Like, I'm not gonna come back." But I followed it up with 3 birdies, and I was right back there with Eagle. I was only 1 stroke behind him. And so I that round was all battling. I was scrambling so hard the whole round, and you can check that out on video. You really, it even doesn't show how well I fought for all the pars, and really did great in my opinion, and never gave up. Didn't take a single bogey other than the double, even though I was so often in a situation where I could have easily taken a bogey or worse. But yeah, that was a great round. My putting again was good. I think I was almost 100%. There was maybe 1 or 2 putts that were in such a bad position. Actually, there was 1 putt on hole 6 that I almost couldn't make, even though I was in such a circle. But other than that, I think I was 100% once again. I ended up losing to Eagle that round by 4 strokes though, but I was still in second place. I had 3 strokes to AJ, who was third, and 4 strokes to Ricky, who was fourth, and 4 strokes to Eagle, who was first. So I just told myself I'm gonna go do my own thing for the final round. I believe in myself. I know that I can win for sure. It's not impossible that I beat Eagle by 4 strokes. We started the round though. I lost 2 strokes in the first 2 holes, so I was 6 back. I wasn't thinking honestly too much of anybody else's game, because I remember during the second round, I didn't even think about Eagle's score. I didn't know at all what he was shooting. I was just so focused on my own game, and that's why I did so good. And that's kind of how I felt. I was like, I knew that I was 6 behind, but I didn't let it bother me. I just kept doing my own thing, which I did. After those first 2 holes, I birdied. Yeah, I birdied a couple holes after that, and then I parred, and then I took another couple birdies, I think. And we were on hole 10, or no, hole 11, where I got my first stroke on Eagle, and I got to 3 strokes of him. And I was like, that's pretty cool. Like, there's still some hope for sure. There's some tough holes coming up, where we moved on to hole 12, which is an island hole, and I just wanted to park it, because that's my game plan on it. It's a small island, so I just wanted to park it, obviously, because I wanted to be on the island, which I did perfect. I was just barely in bounds, but I was in bounds, and got my birdie. Eagle tried to lay up, went OB, and ended up taking a bogey, and the difference was only 1 stroke anymore. And I almost couldn't believe it. I was like, I can actually win this thing. I just gotta keep doing my own thing, which I did. It was unbelievable fight. Eagle got the 2 strokes, he got the 3 strokes after that. But after all, we were on hole 17. Eagle was leading me by 2, and I ended up taking the craziest par on 17, making this crazy long putt. The people there, thank you everybody who was there. It was unbelievable experience for me. It was the coolest disc golf experience of my life. So many of the Portland people were rooting for me and Eagle, but I just felt like the crowd was on my side because I was the underdog. Eagle's been winning a lot of these tournaments, and I was just fighting the best I could, and a lot of those people were on my side, and I took a sick par on 17. I made this 50-footer out from the woods, and people just got crazy. I felt like the crowd exploded. They yelled so loud. I was just hyped. my heart was beating so fast, and I was like, this is my chance. I can actually win this thing. Eagle ended up bogeying 17, which I was really surprised, honestly, and I was just really glad I gave myself an opportunity to go for the last hole and actually win this thing. I was only one back from Eagle. I threw my tee shot to about 35 feet. Eagle threw his to about 50 feet, which he ended up laying up, and I had the chance to tie the competition from that 35 feet mark. Took my routine, did everything the same I've done, had unbelievable belief and hope about me making that putt, and I really thought that I was gonna make that putt. I felt really good that I'm gonna push it on the line and I'm gonna drop it in the basket. Well, frisbee isn't quite like a ball where you just throw it and it's always gonna go. I just caught a bad angle on the putt and it just dove into the ground. Good line, but just under the basket. Couldn't do it. Eagle won. I was bummed, obviously, at first, but I do gotta say that I did my best, and I do have to look back at it being proud of it. Thank you, Eagle, for unbelievable competition. It was just unreal experience for me being in that kind of situation really for the first time where I could have won the tournament. I mean, Portland Open also, I was only one stroke behind, but it still was so different. We were in the chase card, and it just didn't feel the same. But Beaver State Fling, unbelievable experience. I need to thank everybody that has messaged me, everybody that's been watching the Central Coast and Joe Mess videos. I was also on the commentary on Central Coast a couple times. Thank you all for supporting on that. People are liking it, and I can appreciate that. Thank you, because my English isn't perfect, but it's good enough, I think. But my pronunciation isn't where I want it to be, but people still like it, so that really gives me good confidence about my commentary. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for purchasing my PA1 recently, the King of the Forest PA1. They've been selling like hotcakes. I cannot believe the support I've gotten from you guys. It's a great disc, beautiful stamp, and beautiful swirl, so I'm not honestly that surprised. But yeah, I was using it throughout the event. All of my op shots, all of my shorter technical shots, I was throwing the little flex shots with my PA1. And thank you, Mario. Without Mario, I couldn't have done it, honestly. He was a great caddy for me and a great support. He made me feel relaxed. He always believed in me. He was just there to relax me, and I asked for an advice from him, and it was just nice to have somebody knowing that he's there only for me, supporting me and doing it for me, helping out carrying the bag. And Mario, obviously a great player, so he has great advices for me. I feel like the key to success this time was few things. It was believing in myself, coming off a good week at Portland and knowing that I was really close to a win. I can do this. Support from everybody, my mom, my dad, my family. My mom is such a crucial support for me. You have no idea. Without her, I wouldn't be here. I need to thank Prodigy. My overall happiness throughout the Beaver State Fling was just on a better level than it's been recently, because of certain things, certain people who are making me happy, or who did make me happy during that time. So it's very crucial for a mind to be right there. Yeah, just I don't know. I have no more words. I really appreciate everybody. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next week.